say, it does not seem to be like 6 months, I think it is, since we really saw each other last. August the 24th, was it? The day the results came out. Scorching hot summer's day in August, I think. And it was wonderful, because it was when we had our results and when you had your results, and we knew this is the day, the most successful results ever for this organisation, be it Averley, whatever, has ever had. And it was a very proud moment, and we felt proud for you. It was what we would consider to have been a summary of 5 years' work, but that's not fair, really, because it's only 5 years that you would have been at our academy, at our school, Bellas Chase, whatever the name of the organisation was, in this building. But you've been in education for 11 years, and we need to recognise that as well. But equally, you've been about for 16 years, and those first 5 years, your parents did an awful lot, because you wouldn't be sitting here as successful students if they hadn't. So, as the old saying is, it's a very old saying, it takes a community to raise a child, and by that they mean it's everyone's efforts. And as I've just mentioned, parents, let's start with them. They put up with an awful lot, I'll bet you, to get you to this place, to where you are now. And it's not easy, and it's, from their point of view, it doesn't ever get any easier actually. They'll still be worried about you when you're 60. Hopefully they'll still be around then to see you when you're 60, but they'll still be worried about you. In terms of the school, there are lots of teachers, there are lots of workers in the school, in the office, who've done an awful lot to help get those successes. We mustn't forget all the agencies that support the school, some of them represented here, from the local authority, from the community, from Averley Forum, from the health services, all those people that have helped us get to this magnificent point where we can recognise all of the achievements. The sponsors, the local authority I have already mentioned, the governors who actually spend a lot of time unpaid working for this school, for this academy. So where do we get the success from? Well, number one, let's face facts. Who had to sit the exams? Who had to go and do the revision? Who had to work hard doing modular tests from year 9 onwards? It was you, my class of 2010. So you deserve those congratulations. So let's talk about you. When you started here, and I remember it very clearly, summer of 2005, we had tables along the side, you all met your tutors, and you came in, tiny little things, and later on you'll see photos of yourselves when you were in that year 7. Yeah, a little laugh, a little smile, you were so sweet. Why did you change? 2005, you were fantastic. Remember Mr. Harris's group, when you did all the pictures of him with his hairy legs? It was lovely. You were great little kids, and you grew up, apart from year 8, you were absolutely lovely. Year 8, you didn't stop arguing with each other, especially the girls and the boyfriends, and it was easy, and you have been a pleasure, apart from, let's say, the football match in year 11 when you played Chafford 100, and perhaps the least we say about that, the better. But actually, I might mention that again. You were great, excellent. You did happen to have, and I'd like to remind you this, the class of 2010, the worst excuses I've ever heard, ever, in my 25 years in education. I've written a few of them down because we sat today, a group of us got together and we started to remember some of them. Excuses for being late. Now this will make you laugh because you'll know that you know who said them. One of them, you could believe some of them. This is one that possibly you could believe. I forgot I had to go to school. That was one of you, and I can tell you later which one it was, but I won't embarrass you here. It was raining, I couldn't dry my underpants. And one who was signing at 11 o'clock, and I happened to be there. Why are you so late? It's gone 11. I had to go to the loo. 2.5 hours. You gave us some laughs, and the homework ones were even better. I've got a couple of your homework excuses. Again, you can believe this. My pen ran out of ink. Yeah. How about this one is one, the only one I don't believe, I couldn't remember how to use a computer. Absolutely no way, there's not one of those kids in my year 11 from last year who doesn't know how to use a computer, know that. The tables up the side and went off with your tutors and did your funny pictures and really got used to knowing each other. Let me tell you what the school was like then. It was called Averley. And in 5A to C's measure, we got 28% this year. Because of you, 91. 28 to 91. Including English and Maths, we got 17. This year, because of you, we got 39. CVA, that's how much progress you make. The CVA should be 1,000. 2005, 961. Out of 3,200 schools, the bottom 10%. This year, your progress, 1,070. The top 8th school in the country of 3,200, you put us, you, all of you here, and your efforts, you put us at number 8 in the top 10. Open up the Times Educational Supplement. To raise a child, but you're the ones who've sat those exams. We can never, ever take that away from you. And what have we given you, I hope? Well, in science you learned about osmosis, in maths you learned about algebra, in English you did mice and men, you know the story about. Actually, that's knowledge, isn't it? Most of that is knowledge. And I know you, young, some of you may argue that you can't use a computer, but I know that's not true. I know you can use iPhones as well. You could stand in the middle of that field and you could get any knowledge you wanted. There's more to education than just getting knowledge, because anyone can get knowledge. You gave us an outstanding grade at Ofsted, because if it wasn't for your data that you had to work for, we wouldn't have got that grade. And so all I can do is to thank you from the bottom of my heart. What you have left, the legacy you've left this academy, is one which will secure success for your younger brothers and sisters and all the other children who come here, including, I hope, your children, because they can come here, because there's going to be a new build just down there. £17 million has been allocated to us. Hey, it's not as much as we wanted in the first instance, but we're going to manage this project, we're going to get the best value for money, and we are going to get a building down there that is going to make this community so proud, and it is yours. Don't forget, you belong to this community, and it is yours. And we want you to come back and use the sports fitness centres, to come back as teachers, because by the time you've had time to qualify, it will be open. In fact, it should be open by the time you get to university. So we track gold we got in the 1968 Olympics. Now, I listened to a speech by that man, David Emery, and I must say, a couple of things he said, I want to just tell you. He had to train hard, as you can imagine. He went into the Olympics one of the slowest on paper. That was the final of the 68 Olympics, and he not only won the gold medal, but he beat the world record. He smashed it to smithereens. And he stood up in front of an audience of about his size, from this distance, and he said, I remember when I started to train for that Olympics, I was not a contender at that point. I got in as the slowest qualifier. No way was I considered to be a medal hope. He said, and I trained with a bloke called Billy Smith, who was my coach in America. And my coach said to me, right then, David, you've got a bit of training to do. What you've got to do is to run 800 metres in less than 2 minutes. He thought, yeah, I can do that. And he did it. He said, now, you've got to recover. I'll give you a minute to recover. You've got to do it again. It's a minute for recovery. As you who've studied PE and sports know, recovery is the main thing. So he made him do it again. And he said after that he was beginning shaking, he was getting really jittery because he had used up too much oxygen, etc., etc. And his coach said to him, your minute's up, do it again. He said, I just can't do it. And he said to him, take the first step. And he said, I can't do it, take the first step. When he finished it, he collapsed. He had to be carried back to the track where his coach said to him, just take the first step. And he did it. And he managed to complete the 800 metres. And he was sick. He brought up his breakfast and his coach said, do it again. He said, you're doing it 6 times. He said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I feel ill. I'm going to collapse. I think I might die. He said, just do it. Take the first step. And again, after the 5th time, take the first step. And he did take the first step. And he said, that has been my mantra. Because although I've been successful, there are days when I wake up when it's dark. There are days when I wake up and I'm still tired because I haven't had enough sleep. I haven't slept well. There are some evenings when I have to go out and it's raining and I really don't want to go out running. I really can't be bothered to keep fit. And I have to say to myself, 40 years later, take the first step. Success is just a ceiling that you build your next floor on. You've got a wonderful ceiling. You build your next floor on that. Take the first step, whichever direction it is. As long as you take that first step in the right direction and you know where you want to end up, then you will be able to do it. Thank you very much.